And a howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. And welcome back to Sci-Fi Sundays. It has been a month.
Yeah.
Just about. I could definitely tell right there at the end when I realized I hadn't put any of the background music on for that entire minute and a half. I was like, there's something missing.
You haven't done a video in a month.
It's been a month. It has been a month. Well,
you're the laziest YouTuber.
You know, sometimes you got to go out and
I did 46.
Enjoy the world a little bit.
I did 46 videos in August. 46.
Yeah,
I've
noticed.
I promised myself when I did Taco and Pulse I would not do more than 3 or 4 a week.
Sure.
How's that going?
Badly, really badly.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I had about 46 drinks every 2 days for the last maybe 3 weeks, and that's been a good time.
When I was on a cruise, by the way, down to the Seychelles and that, I did 5 videos that week. I did them on the deck of the boat because that's how much I love you people and how much he can't be asked.
Sometimes you need a good little break, you know. And that was necessary. No chance of burnout. I can't burn out. I'd burn out with 46.
Harris does a different kind of burnout.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a
yes. There's a different burnout there. Lack thereof for a little bit.
I've got those things, so I just do videos. That's my way of, you know, every day I'm like, I'm gonna actually most days I'm gonna skive off work for half an hour. I might do a video.
Do what you actually been thinking about for the entire day.
Oh, I want to moan about this. I'm gonna do a video. That's all.
Oh, and it was so nice. I did get some barbecue, and I got some. I had gumbo and jambalaya in the same day while I was in Texas for a little bit, and it was a good day. Very heavy day, but a good day. Yeah. Well, I guess we are back at it. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah. Good. Well, what have we seen this week? Let's start off with, you know, our typical, what we've been watching. Obviously, Alien Earth. Who said it earlier? Someone mentioned Peacemaker Season 2. Was it Peter or Monk? Who was it?
I don't like it as much as Season 1 so far. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I don't like it as much. I'm hoping it gets better.
Okay. We'll have to talk about that in a second then, because I actually would say the opposite. Because Season 1 made me
awesome.
A lot.
So good.
And this one's hidden beats that I enjoy so far. I don't know. What else have y'all been watched in general?
I watched Legally Blonde 2, Bigger and Blonder. No, I didn't mind. I watched, obviously, I've been watching Resident Alien, which is so good. And I've just heard out they are doing a movie on Netflix, which I'm so happy.
They are?
Yeah, Netflix, they're in the contract negotiations at the moment. So it looks like it's going to happen. It'll be, the idea being that the movie will drop about 6 months after they get the 4th season on Netflix. So that seems to be the plan. Okay. But yeah, very excited. So I'm watching Resident Alien. I must be watching something else. I've got loads of time on my hands. Maybe I should do videos the whole week.
Well, if you got that much time, you're going to make 48 videos next month.
I did 49 actually.
No.
YouTube keeps telling me off doing too many videos. What was I going to say? I've been writing a lot, actually. I finally started writing my sci-fi story that I've been thinking about for years. But our Joshua and Patton from CBR has been helping me. And he's actually advised me to do something called a treatment. So I'm doing the treatment, which is actually really useful because it really helps you get your ideas in line. So I'm doing a treatment. And he's going to look at it for me when I've done a bit more. But I keep wandering off and doing videos. But so yeah, I'm doing that. What else have I watched?
Going well?
I must have watched something else. Oh yeah, no. The story is it's so good. I figured out that because there's timey-wimey stuff in it, and you know how hard timey-wimey stuff is to make sense. I think it makes sense. It might be the most sensible time travel story ever written, and I'm not exaggerating that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's also
we need the resident rocket scientist to look at it and see if it fits in physics.
Yep.
I should actually ask you. I should actually Stormy help me with the physics. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm trying to keep it relatively simple. It utilizes the heaviest element known to man. That has the stupidest name, which I've forgotten, but it's got a really shit name. But it's the heaviest element known to man, so I've got to use it. But it's got a shit name. I wish I had a better name, but anyway. But yeah, that's me, mate. This week, that's all I've really been doing. I must have watched something else.
You didn't rewatch anything? No Stargate, Firefly, so on and so forth. Star Trek.
Can't remember.
Is Strange New Worlds finished yet? Has that finished in the last month?
I watched Strange New Worlds again. Yeah,
okay.
I really enjoyed doing that. It's great.
Yeah, wonderful.
It was actually a good, funny episode of television. If it was just a television show, I'd be like, that was entertaining and made me laugh a couple of times. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
But Star Trek, you go, what the fuck was that? Why isn't it Star Trek? And why did it make me laugh several times again?
Yeah.
I've just did a video that's coming out tomorrow, Sarah, and obviously you know a bit of Star Trek. Do you remember in the first season when Pike, for some reason, I can't remember what they're talking about, but for some reason Pike just like, he sat on the captain's chair and he's like, Jim lad, sort of thing moment. And it's quite funny. I was just thinking, I don't think you would ever see Kirk or, you know, Cisco or Janeway or Picard doing a silly pirate impression on the captain's chair while on the bridge.
No.
I just don't think that would happen. Just like they've forgotten that Star Trek is sci-fi and actually they are a military organization. And I don't think any captain ever has done pirate impressions while aboard on the bridge of his battleship.
Not that I can think of.
No, Napoleon should have done it because he kind of looked like a little pirate. Or back in which admiral had one leg? Nelson had one arm. He could have stuck a parrot on his shoulder, I suppose, Nelson, but he didn't. He should have ducked quicker when they shot at him. Does anybody else want to speak? Talk about what I was watching this week.
What I've been watching.
Talking about Nelson ducking. It's like, what have you been watching now, Sarah?
Well, Alien Earth, obviously, several times. I think I've watched every episode at least twice.
Oh,
that's if you're going to then talk about it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, yeah, because I actually put up some videos about it. Nothing I want to, but anyway. Watch Strange New Worlds, Foundation. What else? Watched the episode of Strange New Worlds last night, and I was like, I agree with you, Jay. Like, it was funny, but where's the Star Trek again? I mean, it just didn't even make sense. It's like
it's like the 8th episode.
Make it really big. There we go.
It's like the 6th episode out of 8, and it's like, well, comedy. It's not
there's
serious. It's like, where's the?
Yeah, it just, they could have made it more serious and it would have been a good episode, but like, I don't think Vulcans are like just genetically logic, right? I mean, because they got the injection, all of a sudden they were logic. It's like, don't they do that through years of like mental training and meditation and stuff? I know,
because there was a bullshit excuse for that. Not that Star Trek ever come up with bullshit excuses to explain.
Right. Yeah.
Well, new Trek does anyway. The serum is based on Spock's perceived memories, or his perceptions. So they basically learned how to be Vulcans through genetic memory instantly.
Yeah, which was like,
it's the serum does hair as well.
Because,
Captain Pike's hair changed.
Yep.
All of their hair changed.
Yeah.
It's also, not only can it gel hair, this serum can braid hair as well. You'd love it. Harris. Show people the hair. Come on, take off the hat and show people the hair.
Maybe
You
later.
know you want.
Maybe. Not
want
really.
You do. You liar. You do.
It's literally about to fall out today.
Get into the comments and ask Harris to show his hair. Sorry, Sarah, you were talking and I just completely
I think I pretty much covered everything I watched this week. Countdown, I'm still watching that, and there's I think there's other stuff too that I'm not remembering. I should make a note, like write everything down I wrote for the week, watch for the week, because I forget.
I started watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? Just randomly. It used to be here in the UK, and it's the same people on the American version. I just think it's great. And Aisha, whatever her name is in it. Yeah. It's so funny. It genuinely makes me like injure myself laughing sometimes. I love that show. But anyway, that's the only thing I started watching.
Yeah.
That and Taskmaster, I've been watching a whole bunch. Have y'all kept up with Taskmaster New Zealand at all? It's
they've started doing it in other countries, have they? Okay.
Oh, it's fun. That's been my little last week, just kind of getting back and tossing something on the TV. I guess besides that,
I was gonna say we have a thing in this country where there's like like the stores that sell sofas with called DHL, right? And they do sales constantly. And so there's an old joke about the bloke that walks into a store to buy a sofa on the one day DHL don't have a sale, and buys a sofa. It's constant. It's that with Taskmaster. There's always a new series of Taskmaster on here in the UK. It's literally like when one ends, they advertise the next, and it just starts again. It's astonishing. It's like,
it's technically only been. I mean, I guess it's 10 years old, but it's more like 7 or 8, like large, like big, right? So it's only it has 20 seasons.
There's loads of seasons. Seriously.
So what are you doing on the show? What's the premise?
It's essentially what's the easiest way to describe it? There's a taskmaster, his assistant that runs the games. He's essentially a game master.
Yeah. Little Alex.
Who founded it, right?
Yeah, he created the premise.
Okay.
So basically, you've got 5 comedians, and they battle each other through a series of tasks. But the tasks are stupid. They are just insane.
As silly and zany as you can think of.
Okay.
A lot of the time, there'll be some sort of clue there that actually tells you exactly what to do. And you see them doing this ridiculous thing, and then it goes, did you not look under the table? Or it tells you. So and you'd think by now these celebrities would know this, but weirdly they don't. And comedians are not the brightest people on the planet.
Well, I don't see how Alex Warren comes up and all the other, I guess, co-hosts for all the different regions that do it themselves, like New Zealand. But I don't know how they come up with all the tasks continuously like this.
Yeah. He's written
they're all funny as hell.
Yeah, he's got loads of books on it. This is says that's what he does. What basically on his day off. They said all he did in lockdown was write tasks. He says he was all right for a few years, but then eventually it started to wear out. Yeah, no one's ever been killed, but made to look like complete boneheads.
The best one ever. I've gone extensively through the archives at this point, but the best season is, I think, the newest season. I guess they're about to do a whole new season. Is kind of what you're saying, but the last one had their first American on the British show, and Mantzoukas was just a really good addition to it.
But Americans aren't funny.
Oh yeah, I think he proves otherwise. And he almost won it. But what's his name? Matthew Baton is hilarious as well.
Do you know what you call a funny American? Canadian.
Nah. Canadians are too nice for a good sense of humor.
All of your best comedians, except for maybe like 2, are Canadian.
Jim Carrey's the only person that's like remotely Canadian that's funny.
Or Australian.
I can think of off the top of my head like that.
Yeah.
You've got Chris Rock, who's actually American. And not always funny, to be fair.
What about Chappelle, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, Robin Williams?
Eddie Murphy's a very funny actor. He did one good live.
This is a great show. I know that no matter what, we can always agree on some Carl Pilkington.
I don't love that. I think it's
really.
And the worst of it is, it's not an act. He's actually like that.
I love it. He's so much. It's so much.
I'm
fun.
not a huge fan, but yeah, it's all right. He does a lot of adverts and voiceovers now. You always know it's him.
But
George
okay,
Carlin,
besides that,
the funniest comedian that's ever been.
who?
George Carlin.
I love George Carlin. George Carlin's the best.
I bet he's Canadian.
Yeah. But besides, I guess, Taskmaster, because there has been a decent bit of Taskmaster been watched. I had to catch up on it. I did watch Wednesday with my mom when I got back in town, and the first half of this second part, it's all right. It's good. It's like the first one. I like being in Tim Burton's world, but it's nothing to like. At the end of the day, I'd rather watch any other Addams Family, but I'm still enjoying it.
I think the problem with Wednesday is that the first one was so different, and Jenna Ortega was so adorable that it really stood out. But and obviously, like the dance was everywhere and what have you. Now it's just as good as the first season, but it's not going to have the same impact because we're like, oh well, we've seen this already, sort of thing. So
it feels not tried and true, but it feels like the formula has already been done, and we're only on season 2, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great show, and I really enjoy it. Not going to have the impact the first season did.
No, I don't think remotely.
It can't. It's just not possible. So
yeah. Besides that, I guess I did watch with my niece. I was trying to find something fun for the family while I was around for the family that I could put on. And, I had to bring it back a little bit. So I put on some Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, which was excellent. So much fun. That's when you said Napoleon earlier. I completely forgot I'd watched those until you said Napoleon. And I went, I love him going down the Waters Park and everything. It's the best. Besides that, we've been watching a bunch of Conjuring movies around the house after getting back to California just with the roommates because the new Conjuring's coming out next week. But we're trying to watch the universe. So we watched Conjuring 1 a little out of order, but then we watched The Nun 2, and Annabelle Creation, and we're gonna do the whole damn thing. You know me with my chronological self.
I can't watch the Conjuring movies because I know that the couple that they're based on are proven liars. So it's a bit difficult for me to watch it and sort of enjoy it because they've been proven to have made all of it up.
Did you believe it before that?
I don't believe in ghosts, so it would be a little bit difficult.
Well, then just enjoy it. Speaking of Carlin.
Just knowing that it's supposed to be based on a true story, and they keep saying it's based on a true story, but it's not. They made it all up.
I never knew it was supposed to be based on a true story.
Oh yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren are real people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, supposed to be like the most famous, like ghost hunter things ever, but they're just it's not. They're not. They're con artists. That's more the point. They're con artists, which is why it turns me off a little bit. Because I'm like, it's not even just like they wrote some stories and made it up or something, and that's conned people out of money.
Oh,
I don't love that.
Mess with families. It's an interesting thing. Ghosts and all that, paranormal. I'd like to believe. I don't know if I'm 100% there.
I'd love to believe in it. I just my methodical brain sort of goes, "Ow!" And don't get me wrong, there are some weird shit out there. There's some really weird stories, and I've witnessed it. It scared the crap out of me. My auntie was convinced her house was haunted, and it kept going cold. To be fair, it was weird, right? But then the dog, this golden Labrador, he was the nicest dog in the world, ran into the corner of the living room, shat itself, not physically, but really like head down and really like scared, tore out of the living room up the stairs, and was facing down the stairs and barked its head off, staring at something at the bottom of the stairs, cowered in the corner again at the top of the stairs, and then shot down the stairs, turned around and barked back up the stairs again. And we all saw this, and I have to admit, a little bit of weekend. And my aunt had to move. She couldn't live there. It freaked her out. And that was just when I was there. It was like a daily event. Something weird happened. And it was turned out that this house was built on an Indian burial ground.
Yeah.
It moved, it all got sucked into like this white light, and just disappeared.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. Everything but the last bit happened.
You had a real poltergeist on you, actually. There, that was
No,
plot-wise too.
do you know how they did that? A special effect with the poltergeist house, when the poltergeist house sort of like was sucked and imploded.
In the original movie?
Yeah. Oh, I saw a video on it not long ago. I actually know a guy that worked on it, and he pointed to me this video. So this is how we did it. It's so random. Now that would just be CGI, wouldn't it? But what they did was basically built a model of the house using balsa wood, and with loads of little break points in it. And then they put fishing wire up and stuck it into lots of different points within the house, and basically pulled it through a hole. So it just sort of like and pulled it through. Filmed it, threw on a few little. They have to literally. He said we had to literally paint the effects on the actual film.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Okay.
And that's how they did it. And I was like, oh, we need to do stuff like that more often. And he says it would have equivalent today. It would have cost £150,000 to do that shot. Equivalent to.
Well, because there's no way to paint on digital film, like
right.
Yeah, but
a
that's
lot of special effects in all sci-fi movies are literally just painted on the
which is still expensive, but it's not time consuming having to build
building the models and things now.
Yeah.
Cost
scratch.
No, it's kind of amazing. Like in the original Dune movie, when they have the shields, like they actually cut like the film to do those. In Dune, when they had the body shields, like they were actually physically cutting film, and like it's like wow, really cool.
Yeah,
it's amazing what they used to do. And not long ago.
Well, I mean, you can tell now that when some filmmaker will really want to do like physical effects in something, and I actually think physical and CGI work really well together.
Oh yeah, Alien Earth was doing that.
Well, yeah, doing a lot of physical effects in Alien.
Well, the physical stuff I feel like works with CGI really well. There's just an element of creativity that isn't missing. It's definitely been put elsewhere now, but you just can't paint on top of film. You can't cut something out of film and put it on like the actual piece of film.
Right.
That's something.
There is no film there, is there?
Yeah.
I talk about CGI effects. I think I said this before. What was that show? Seth Rogen produced it, but he wasn't in it. Dominic, the British actor.
Preacher.
Yeah. Sequence to Preacher, and there's the rocket with flames coming out the back, sort of thing, and it's going on, and the whole opening sequence that it comes down thing. Seth Rogen desperately wanted to do that with a physical effect, because it was supposed to look like a 1930s movie, wasn't it? Sort of thing, like Flash Gordon or something. So we just said, we'll build it and we'll do the fireworks coming out the back and it'll be ace. And they just went, it'll cost like 200 grand to do. And it's like, how can it? I'll just go buy a firework from fucking it'll cost a fortune. It's quicker and way cheaper just to do it with CGI. And
you can still put the effect on it to make it look like it's
still look good, to be fair. It's still, I wouldn't have known it was CGI without somebody telling me. But I just think it's sad, isn't it? The filmmaker says, let's do that with physical characters. And they're just like, no, it'll cost too much.
Yeah.
And there just aren't the people to do it anymore. There aren't the skills there anymore.
No. The whole, I think I haven't actually watched Preacher. I really want to. It's one of those series.
First season, excellent. Second season, not so much. The first season is really...
It's 3 total or 4 total, something like that.
To be honest, mate, after the third season, I got about halfway through the third season, and I just fell out of it. I just couldn't watch it anymore.
I think I only watched like the first 2 seasons of it.
The first season, though, is properly excellent. Went down.
Huh. Yeah, no, I just love all those stories from I think I've talked about them a whole bunch. Is that Corridor Crew? I think is where I heard that story. I think Seth Rogen came on there and talked about it. All the VFX artists reacting about stuff, but they have a lot of the old Disney artists that are in their late 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever they are, that were the hand drawing people that did all the 2D art for the last 40, 50 years of film, and now they're they've evolved in their own art and how they work, but you can just see the passion from the old stuff rather than we can talk about this new stuff and they still have passion, but it's not the same as just actual film. And There's a little bit.
Well, you
there's
know,
that element that's missing.
you're not putting hands on, is it? It's not the same. You're still creating something at the end of the day, but it's not the same. But this is, I've gone on about Paramount. They're going to be announcing in the next couple of months a bunch of studio space that's going to up for sale. It's going to be going. It might even all get torn down.
Really?
But the
Not historic space, huh?
Some of it is. I forget what it's called. Summit Street. What's the main point with the famous archway?
Oh,
it's not all of it's going anyway, but a big chunk of that is going. A bit of big.
It's over off of Melrose, right?
I forget. It's something street or something avenue or something. It's called.
Melrose Avenue, but
it's the famous one with the archway anyway. That everyone at Paramount Studios thing. A big chunk of that's going, but the big problem is because they can't get extra power to it because it's got old power systems, and they're basically saying it would cost a fortune, and we'd have to dig up half the lot, and to increase the power capacity, because studios nowadays, they're not just sets and lights.
Right.
They need to have those big LCD screens or the surround sound LCD screen things, and all this sort of thing. The light is computer power. They need to have the computers physically there, so with service sort of thing and all this sort of thing. So in a sense, just can't do it. The days of building sets is very quickly coming to an end. They're doing it less and less and less.
Like I guess I was lucky enough that astronaut thing I did last year as a stand-in, which the premiere is finally coming out in September, which I'm excited about. I try to get there.
Stop you there though. You saw Morena Baccarin, and one, didn't get a picture, and two, didn't run up to a screen. Speak to my mate Jamie. He loves you, so I will never forgive you for that.
Well, oops.
He phoned me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Go, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is Morena Baccarin. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Go back to sleep.
I did call like 5 times. You were like, what the hell is happening? Are you in trouble? Like, is there something going on?
Send me $50. Cat cholera.
Yeah.
Well, if we ever run into her again, I will have to. Where did while I was heading to set on I think it was the Sony lot or something. It was sometime in the last year. I think it was a little over a year ago.
Year, 18 months ago.
Yeah. But I forgot where I was going with the story. Anyway, the what?
Sets.
Oh, yeah, duh. Okay, yeah, okay, because it was an amazing set. It was like a UCLA project that Lucasfilm was like funding, so on and so forth. So it was state of the art, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. But the entire set, they were still building the physicality of it, the inside of a spaceship, the mountains of Europa, et cetera, and that was amazing. But 80% of the set, you're walking in between screens. There's no way you're not using the power of a small city at all times. And
the bonus of that is though that they can film way quicker.
Oh, so much faster.
Another thing they can get in there. Then it's not the filming necessarily that's quicker, but like the prep before
and post.
And bringing it all down again to bring the next people in. So all of a sudden you're getting like 3 projects in the time it would normally take to do one, because you're both going in and you're still building some physical sets, aren't you? But it tends to be like foreground stuff, little some bobs of things, and then it's just and it's not even green screen or blue screen, it's LCD screen, and they just and the director can just go, I don't quite like the look of that, can we change that to a whatever? And then the guy's computer goes like, boom.
Well, that's literally where you have it's almost like the old fashioned way of having your studio audience. There's no studio audience now, of course, but it's where the studio audience would have been, and you have the facade of your set right in front of you,
right
on those big old just stages, I guess, sound stages.
Right. Those rooms are called what? Like the void or the something? There's a name. Anyway.
The medium is the specific thing that Disney used, and the volume is another one.
Oh, the volume. That's what I was thinking of.
They're all the same thing, just different names.
Yeah. For that thing. Yeah.
Similar technology. That is going to be. They've already superseded that in a way, because you can only get so much space within that area. That's why they're developing the whole soundstage with the scenic LED, LCD screen, so on and so forth, all around them. And that's what Jay was just saying. They have on that open facade where that audience would be, obviously your crew, your directors, everybody doing their whole thing. But right above you, behind you, up on like the little second story, they have like some scaffolding built and stuff like that where they have people sitting on computers, and you can have, you know, what your foreground looks like. So your prop designers, your set designers are doing what they need to in your foreground, and you can actually have them build out the entire set. You know what that one, you know what you want that to look like already, and you can kind of have the director's approval as that goes. But just to add on to what Jamie was saying, that's where they have those not sound engineers, just computer engineers. There are so many technical terms. I don't know which one's the correct denomination for it, you know. But they'll have 3, 4, 5, 6 people up there, and they can toss on a new background if this last one didn't work. Or okay, that works, but do you think this mountain doesn't look good with the foreground and camera from this angle? Can we extend it this way? And you know, it's just a couple clicks on a computer, and you can just put it on the screen literally at a moment's notice, and it's where
a lot of it as well is just like planned beforehand. So
pre-plan, post-plan.
We've got this, and this. We're not sure which one to use, and the director can just go switch to the B roll for this, and they go, right, that's better. We like that. Let's do that. They can do things like have 3. Say there's a villain, like a monster or something the actor wants to interact with. They can design 7 or 8 different versions, and then go, you know what, that one doesn't quite work, because when you see it with the actor, you see it move, and you think that's not quite right. Switch to the one with the ears. Switch to the one with the bunny rabbit ears, and do that. And like, oh, bunny rabbit one, let's do that. And you know, they can do that straight away. Actually, I don't think that color's quite right. Can we change the? You know what I mean? They can do things like that.
Yeah.
And that would normally require either to do it in post, and then you're like, oh, the actor's reactions, shit now. What do we do? Okay, we
maybe a reshoot.
Saving all of that. They just don't have to do it. They can do everything. They can make the director happy there and then. And it's limiting all of it. The technology is astonishing, but it requires massive power and massive electronics. And a lot of these old sets, particularly in California, they can't do it. Why a lot of them, a lot of them are being torn down and rebuilt in like Canada and Mexico and places like this. So like the Hackman Group on the set where Stargate was built all those years ago, out of the American city just north of
Vancouver,
thank you. And the Vancouver lot, 6 billion quid they spent revamping all that. It's not a small amount of money. Was it 600 million? No, I think it was 600 million. 6 billion.
Either way.
600 million it was, sorry. 600 million. And they did an awful lot of sound stages, but loads of like little ones off-sized. And they were saying because like doing like podcasts and stuff is actually where they make a lot of their money. Not big sets anymore. So they had a mix of all of it, but they have like different sizes for something.
That makes sense. Those after shows are going to be just as active fan base wise the actual show half the time. But I guess with the big companies have now gone into doing what we're doing on YouTube. And reactions and all this sort of thing. The big companies are paying for it now, which is why things like Ampere look so good, because he's supported by a big studio or something. It's so interesting to see it not devolve, but evolve in a it's not a lesser way either, because I guess there's been the Talking Dead after The Walking Dead, or Talking Bad after Breaking Bad, and there've been a lot of really cool after shows like that, and that was like, I feel like the precedent for everything that we talk about and hang out and do, and then so on and so forth for the entire community. But it's insane to see the big studios not trying to put the grandiosity, not get the big old live studio audience and the guest host, and the host, and then the new co-host for the day, and it'd be a couple stars or anything like that. Now, all right, it's your living room or it's your home office or whatever, and just hop on in, and we're going to get the same viewership anyways. I mean, I guess it would make sense from the studio perspective to do it. Save you all the cost. And
I was talking to as an actor. I probably shouldn't say his name just in case. I won't say his name just in case. I'll tell you after. He was an actor who's saying like all of the people he speak to, all of them, they've got like sound stages in their house now. So they've all got they're basically, a lot of them are saying, it's a cupboard that I used to have, like shoes in. And now it's my sound. It's my thing. So it's got all that, those crisscrossy, plasticky foam things on the side and the proper things. And he says, you would be amazed how much of my work I phone in. Because we're digital telephones now. It says I don't need to go into a sound booth and do the thing. He says he knows somebody, is what I probably shouldn't say, who did a voice for a cartoon movie that came last year or the year before. It did very well at the box office. I'll just say that, and very well at the box office. And he was saying he never went into. He lives in like bloody Idaho or something, wherever it was. He never had to step foot anywhere out of his living room. He basically did the whole film from a cupboard in his living room, and he just basically phoned it in. The director, like a camera like this sort of thing in front of him on his iPad.
Right.
Whatever. Can you do it with a bit more? And yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Never stepped foot out of his house.
Yeah.
And did the voiceover for a maid movie.
That's what you want to do, right, Harris? With your little gray box behind you.
I got one.
Yeah.
I could tease you even more than that. The actor was on a show I really, really like. And I'm not allowed to tell anyone I spoke to.
Yep.
It is him though. I tried to get him to put me up with one of the actresses because I love her, but that's not going to help you either because I love all of them.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. Have we talked about her today?
No, not her today. No.
Okay, I was like, that would kind of narrow it down, but it would narrow it down to about 6 or 7 different shows.
If it was a Firefly actor, I would just say it. I'm like, screw it! I'm not giving this to him again. I just spoke to Alan Tudyk. It was one of our mutual friends that put him in touch with me.
Okay.
You don't know him, so forget that.
Oh, okay.
One of me and Matt's mutual friends put me in touch.
So
I'll tell you after the video.
Hey, well, I guess
because I'll probably have to leave before you guys are done. Anyway.
No,
I was about to say I don't think I've watched anything else this week besides catching up on Alien Earth.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So let's Alien Earth it up a little bit. The goods, the bads, the uglies. I just caught up.
Ooh,
Still kind
the eyeball thing in the goat's head.
Oh, I love the eyeball monster. The octa eye. I love that thing.
From an
the cat thing.
No, God, no eyeballs and my no. Don't touch my eyes. Don't anything else touch it. I don't want you to see you touch your eyes. I don't do eyes. No, I can stop it. It's like no, I don't like the eyeball thing.
I like it.
Eye drops.
A little worm that like sucks. Those
ticks. Yeah, those are.
Yeah, and then there's eggs in it when it popped it like fucking eggs. No, I'm not a fan of that. I so know where this series is going as well. You notice that they've got a corporation that you've never heard of before in the universe.
I think that's pretty obvious.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Immediately
on an island too.
Yeah, and weird they're on an island.
Yeah.
How strange.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to train that alien using that robot lady, and it's going to go badly. Yep. So we all know where this is going, but how good is Timothy Olyphant?
So far he's great.
Great.
He's so good.
I don't love the character necessarily or the performance so far, but I don't I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I really
love Timothy Olyphant. I don't like his character and the way he's doing it.
Other
than that, I love his hair.
Yeah.
There's a better way of saying it. I haven't found it out yet.
Eyebrows too.
Yeah, his eyebrows as well. It's so weird.
He hasn't had enough for me to chew on just yet, even though he's chewing up every single scene he's in. Mm-hmm. I'm at the point where I'm at, especially just essentially binging 4 episodes within a day and a half, I'm super intrigued. I don't know what to do besides just be intrigued by him. Obviously, I'm having a good time watching him, but it's just, I don't I know some of the questions I want to ask, but I know those questions are going to be answered quickly, and I know I should be thinking about the next question after that already, and I'm intrigued where that's going to be, if that makes sense.
He's the character that we've seen in Alien a couple of times with the artificial life form that is, you know, maybe not got humanity's best interests at heart because he's
Petting the little alien egg.
Petting the eggs, yeah. That's what
well, he knows.
I was thinking, like, he's gonna let Slightly carry out his plan.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. He knows what's happening, and he seems to not be that bothered about it. He's more interested in the science of it or whatever, and doesn't. But then there's stuff going on with his character that we'll find out later, I think. But
I was just thinking that maybe we should put that up.
Yeah.
Do we think the brother has almost died like 4 times already, 3 or 4 times already? Is that the red herring that he obviously will be the one that goes, and or are we going to find a quick replacement out of nowhere accidentally, and that's who Slightly brings, and we're going to continue the brother's story? Do y'all think he's going to end up being a main character just for this season or a continuation?
It could go either way, really. I could see either thing happening.
This is one of those shows that it's trying to break the mold for things, isn't it? So it's trying to set things up and then go the other way.
Yeah.
And the whole opening sequence I thought was so beautifully done.
Oh yeah, like just so from the first movie, it was so good.
Yeah. It was just like, introducing the characters. Yeah, it felt like it was like an Alien or a bit of the Aliens, and the little flashes of who these people were, and then they just get slaughtered. It's just like, but I loved how they did that, and it's sort of like that's done. We've done that, and they're not flashing back to it either. Which is, I think, a show like this would normally, we're going to get this cast, we're going to spend all this money on these sets. We'll do this shock thing at the start, and then we'll flash back to it, and we'll pad it all out.
Right.
And they're just like, nah, fuck that, move on.
No, they're dead.
Well, it's kind of like we've seen the Alien movies. We know what happens with the xenomorph loose on a ship. We don't need to see it again.
Yeah, but when they've got an executive demanding it.
Well, and one thing I was worried about in those first 3 episodes specifically were we're seeing a lot of the alien. We're seeing a lot of xenomorph. Is it going to like lose its shine after a second or two? And I'm glad they have found ways so far that it hasn't. But I think it was a good idea not to show all the xenomorph in the ship, because we're going to see it for the next 3 episodes. They knew that.
Well, the other thing is there's no point really holding back with that. I mean, they did a degree, didn't they? They did the all like in the background stuff, and like you could see the one. I like the bit where they've got the statue, and you see the statue. You see the statue from the other side.
That scene,
that silhouette
around it, and then it goes and slaughters all those annoying party goes.
Yeah, just that whole. It's just the show is just so good. It's just so good, so good.
But they've done that. But then after this many movies, and seriously, there's no point holding back. With the xenomorph, I like what they did is they threw these other 4 or 5 creatures in.
Yes.
And they emphasized them for a bit, and they really let their imaginations run wild. I want to know what that plant is. That plant must do
that plant thing. Yeah.
And we've not seen it. So we've got the eyeball dude, we've got the lichy things, we've got the xenomorph, and we've got the plant thing, but we don't know what the plant thing does.
No.
So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that, if anything. But so I think they threw that in to add a bit of the mystery, and now we're going into the greed of man, and they're building up, and this is going to end badly.
Oh yeah.
And I know
they always do.
I've got somebody that I could ask to find out what happens, and I don't want to. They've offered twice, and I'm like, oh, stop it!
You're like, just let me experience.
I wouldn't want to either, but you can kind of see where it's going. But yeah.
Well, that's like y'all were saying just a second ago was, and I guess the chat's kind of giving it a little bit of a hard time, and I understand giving it a little bit of a hard time, is they haven't introduced anything. I mean, they have introduced new things, of course, obviously the aliens particularly, and I really like that we're seeing other aliens from the same home planet as the xenomorph.
I think it's supposed to be different planets. I
Maybe
think.
we kind of don't know. It's just stuff they
Yeah.
collected in the how many years were they out there? Like 57 years or something?
Enough for everybody he knew to die, or at least
Yeah.
the cyborg's family to die.
Yeah.
Those-
Oh, and
yeah,
Morrow
Cyborg
is
is
great. Morrow is a great villain. Love him. Love
so far he's probably my favorite character.
Mhm.
I don't know how to feel about him all the time, but I like it. It's
Yeah.
good. It's spooky. It's great. But like, there are new elements to it, of course. But it's conceptually, all these things are, even the new things like a cyborg or this are pretty commonplace in the things that we watch and media, and they're trying to subvert our expectations in places. They're trying to not subvert our expectations. Like Wendy right there. Like the fourth episode, I watched it last night, was when the boy genius or whatever goes
Cavalier. Yeah.
the boy Cavalier. There we go. He says, "Oh, God, what's the exact quote?" There's the moment he's talking to Wendy when Wendy is communicating with whatever, and he's like, "Oh, it's like the alligator and the clock, and you can finally hear the clock. You're talking to the alien."
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, we could all put that reference together, but I think they're saying it out loud. Noah Hawley's a good enough filmmaker where they don't need that exposition where, oh, it's like the clock. Like, no shit. We'll get there. But I think he said that to make us think that he's going to follow that normal pathway, and that's where the expectation will be subverted. That's something that I'm finding fun is they want to make you think they're subverting your expectation in certain places, and then obviously actually subvert your expectation in others. So that's a difficult task, but I'm enjoying watching it unfold so far.
I tell you what I was told very early on in the development process. When I know somebody that worked on it, basically. So we'll just say that. So, and they told me really early on that it was supposed to focus way more on the sort of politics on Earth, and that the alien was something they were fighting over. And I don't know if that's going to come a bit more later on.
Right.
But that's not what we're seeing at the moment. At the moment, and I can kind of agree with the guys in the chat here. What we're basically seeing is a long alien movie at the moment.
Yes.
I think it's beautifully done.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
really good characters.
Yeah.
It's not what the series was initially conceptualized as. It was supposed to fill in a lot of the gaps, like Wayland Yutani.
Wayland Yutani, yeah.
Wasn't the working title called Wayland initially, or is that a different project?
I think
I
it may have been.
I don't know.
There's a movie coming called Wayland.
There's. I'm gonna Google.
Okay, or it was the working title for a while before it went to Alien Earth, or there's a different series coming. But anyway, that was the initial conceptualization of this movie. Is that it was supposed to be obviously the alien on Earth, them desperately trying to contain it because it could go badly. But we were supposed to see the politics between the 5 super corporations,
right?
And we were supposed to understand a bit more about the culture that was living in. And we're not really seeing that at the moment. It is just an alien movie at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Joe explains the 5 corporations a little bit, but they haven't really.
Briefly, yeah.
That last episode gave us a little bit more.
Yeah. The governments set them down, and so corporations go over, and I'm like, that's like 90% of the countries on the planet now, anyway.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a shame at the moment that they seem to. It's almost like they got a little bit worried about that and thought, well, are people going to freak out that it's more about politics or something? And are people going to be? Maybe we do need to focus on it being about the xenomorph. But the problem with that is maybe, and this is me being hypercritical, I think, because I'm actually really enjoying the series. I think it's really well done. Is that we've seen it before. And if you look at like Alien Resurrection, this is basically the plot for Alien Resurrection.
In a sense.
The Wendy character can speak to the aliens and is like this super thing. The way she kills the alien was so cool. They're trying to basically train the aliens to use them as a weapon. That's in Alien Resurrection. The weapon, they've all got trapped and then they escape and they just wipe out the base. The spaceship is basically just the island that they're on is dead. And then doesn't the ship then set course back to Earth? So I think it does. I think even the Earth is at risk in Resurrection.
It's been a very long time since
Yeah.
I've seen it. I gotta watch it again.
I watched it a while ago. My favourite Alien Resurrection story: Sigourney Weaver with the basketball.
Oh yeah,
So they
for real. Yeah.
And they said, yeah, just throw it over your shoulder. You won't get it. We'll just drop it in, sort of thing. First time, boom, it went straight in the hoop. And the account director was like, we weren't set up for that. That would have looked so cool. So you just see the ball go out of shot and then come back into shot and go straight in the net. Sigourney Weaver was jacked for that. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
Great film. I actually think that's a really underrated movie. It's the alien crossbreed at the end that maybe lets it down a little bit. But other than that, I really enjoyed Alien Resurrection.
I wish there was a late '90s Linda Hamilton, Sigourney Weaver, and Gina Davis version of The Expendables or something like that. But just no one thought of it back then.
Yeah.
No one thought of it back then. Now they're going to do The Expendables or whatever, and if they don't get the three of them, they're doing it wrong.
Throw in a bit of Helen Mirren for some class, sort of thing.
There we go.
Yeah,
she's the baby of the group. It would have been awesome.
She's got her Red 2 character though, and she does pretty damn well there. That's fun.
That's why I thought. To be honest, I just like seeing Helen Mirren with a massive gun.
So good.
Have you seen the Thursday Murder Club yet?
The what?
Thursday Murder Club.
I have not.
No.
It's on Netflix. It's a book that was written over here, but Helen Mirren's in it, Pierce Brosnan's in it, Ben Kingsley. It's
I think I've seen an ad for that or something.
It's very good, but it's very British. But Helen Mirren's excellent in it.
Oh, okay, and it came out this year.
About a week
Oh,
ago.
it's got Ben Kingsley as well, and Naomi Ackie.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Expendables is excellent. They didn't actually make the movie, did they?
No, but they should do.
They should.
Yeah.
You've got the perfect title there.
Yeah.
Well, they've
the
talked
last
about it.
Expendables movie really bad?
Oh, the last one was
I didn't say
awful.
It was atrocious, really atrocious.
Y'all know how much I love just going. I'll go see bad movies. I go see any and every movie I can in a movie theater. It was.
No,
A Working Man was really, really, really bad, and that was written by Sylvester Stallone as well, which saddened my heart. And if I hadn't have eaten mushrooms that day, I might have walked out of that movie. And because earlier in the day, well, the entire day was just great. And then my roommate knew somebody in the film, and we're like, we're gonna go see that film, and saw A Working Man. And I was literally coming back to reality, I guess, in that stint of time. And I was like, is this a bad movie? And I looked over and asked the question to my roommate at the time. He's like, oh, this movie's awful. And figured that out pretty easily.
What is Jason Statham punching things? It's like it's a Jason
And it was
movie.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The last movie that I wanted to walk out before that was Jason Statham punching things in freaking Expendables 4. It's quite literally one of the worst films.
The Expendables movies always felt like films that they were doing in their part time. They were just like, I've got nothing to do for 5 minutes. Should we do a couple of scenes of Expendables? Go on then. It always felt like a bit thrown together. A bit like some of the Fast and the Furious later movies, to be honest. So they always felt like, are they making this up as they go along? It felt like
There's a campy fun element to that. Where Expendables 4, there was no campy fun anymore. It was a soul sucking.
The start was quite good, and then Sylvester Stallone dies, and the rest of the film's shit, and then just turns up at the end. It's just like, oh well, we knew you were coming, but the way you've turned up, crap, and no, it's awful.
Well, it was supposed to be that Lee Christmas spinoff movie, and I'm surprised I didn't just make the Christmas. I enjoy the first two, and I guess the third one's all right enough. It's fun and zany enough. It should have been rated R, but whatever. I remember Lee Christmas, and Barney is Sylvester Stallone's character. I don't know if I remember anybody past that, but they're good enough to remember. Just give us something anyway. That's a whole different rant.
Right. Sorry, I kicked off a rant. Sheesh.
It's normally me.
Those movies are.
I'm behaving today. I've not gone off on one at all.
Actually, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, definitely not.
I did a little bit earlier on in the video, but and I swore a couple of times. It was very bad, Jimmy, bad Jimmy.
Yeah.
You can bend me over and spank me later because I shouldn't be doing it on your channel.
You need lower expectations.
Get on the floor. It is where my expectations.
In the basement.
I like
And
this.
start digging.
We don't have basements in the UK because we haven't got like tornadoes and shit, so we don't have to worry about it.
But
Unless you're in
I'm
London.
still getting used to
London,
basements myself. Don't worry. I'm from the swamp, so there's no basements where I'm from either.
No.
So California, they have space for them.
I can go in the sewers and lie down in the poop and the wee wee, and poop
Ew.
floats by, and I'm like going, and now I'm ready to watch the Expendables 5, and that'll be me.
I'll be petting an alligator like Timothy Oliphant pets alien eggs down there.
Yeah. Or Wendy pets xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Sticking a finger in the egg and playing with it, and I was like, is this a bit dirty?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? This is like Alien the porn movie. What's going on here?
Yeah.
He's
They were
tickling
cutting
the-
open the egg. That was gross.
just because we're before the rant's completely gone. Beekeeper was shite, but
oh, piss
a
off!
lot of
You
fun,
know
and I
nothing.
actually enjoy it. It's not like a good plot. I'm not gonna say it's a good movie, but that alone tells you how pissed off and how bad Working Man and Expendables 4 were. Because I could watch Beekeeper just fine any day of the week. You toss it on, I'm like, all right, it's on the TV. I'll sit down for a little bit to watch it.
I'll tell you what I watched yesterday. Meg 2: The Trench.
I still haven't watched either one of the
What?
Megs.
Meg's okay. I quite like the Meg, but this is a film. They've done the sequel, and you just do feel like Jason Statham was dragged kicking and screaming to this. You signed the contract. Oh, I didn't sign the contract. You bloody did. And it's made by a Chinese company, so you have to read half the movie. It's one of those films again that's Hollywood, but it's made in China.
Mhm. Yeah.
China, it's half the film. So you
Yeah.
have to read quite a bit of it.
Mhm.
But there are bits where you just go, this is just a rerun of the first one. Like the Meg goes racing towards like a holiday beach resort thing. I'm like, yeah, I saw this in Jaws. It was good. But I also saw this in the first Meg film. And then a whole bit of it is where he's jumping around on a jet ski. And I'm like, this was definitely in the first Meg film.
That was a box they wanted to tick when they made the second
And
movie.
like halfway through, they're like, oh, does anybody notice we're just remaking the first one? Yeah, we noticed. Shut up. And there's even a few bits where the Meg comes through windows and things. And I was like, that was definitely in the first one.
If we're going to get these bad Jason Statham movies and sequels, can we at least get another
bad?
Can we at least get another teleporter and another crank? That's all I ask.
Crank is the stupidest film.
It's so much fun.
Transporter 2. He was fighting in a load
Teleporter,
of oil.
transporter. There we go.
Yeah, he's basically in his pants fighting in oil. It's one of the gayest things I've ever seen, and that's not from a homosexual way. That's just even my homosexual mate was going, "This is freaking gay," and it's bad. The only way it could have been worse was if they fought in jelly. That's the only way that could have been worse.
Now the next question is, would you watch it again if someone put it on?
Yes, because it's a Jason
Immediately.
Because it's Jason Statham, of
I
course.
didn't even watch the Jet Li Jason Statham movie, the one, where Jason Statham has to put an American accent on, and shocker, he can't.
Yeah.
And it's really bad all the way through. It's even worse than my American accent. That's how bad it is. I'm like, hey, Jet Li, you're the with a. It's awful, and I still really like it. It's Jason Statham.
Right. I have to go, you guys, in like 5 minutes. So.
Okay. The last question and thought I had for Alien Earth, real quick, just because we've almost said it a couple times, and then to get a little distracted.
Yeah.
It's a double thought into one thought. I'm just happy to have another Noah Hawley series.
Come on.
Yes. You gotta kill two birds and get stoned. It's the way to do it. First, I'm just happy to have another Noah Hawley series, and it's clever the way he's done it. And this is where it ropes into the second thought: is Noah Hawley likes to do modern things, but also things that feel old. Like Legion was,
Yeah.
I guess, taken. It was modern to a degree, but it was also like in the 60s.
Loved
whatever
Legion.
Obviously, Fargo, modern, but not in its own ways. Alien Earth is obviously modern sci-fi in its own way, but do y'all like that the xenomorph looks more like the human in the costume from the original Alien movie rather than like the newer? Because it still looks human-esque to a degree, but this looked like a scary guy in a costume.
I can answer this. No. Sarah, you'll go? No, actually.
Does it bother me or not is the question?
Or do you like it? Is it taken away from anything?
I don't think it's taking away from anything. You don't really get that many real good looks at it anyway. I mean, there's the one scene where it's jumping from that balcony. You get a good look at it. But otherwise, I think it looks fine to me. I mean, I realize it is more like the original look, but I'm fine with it. I think it looks good overall.
It comes up behind the
Morrow?
dude,
No.
and we just like
yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah,
and how they keep it on Morrow's face while all that stuff's going on in the background. That was great.
I love that you can remember everyone's name. I never remember character's name.
Yeah.
Ever. Unless it's Star Trek. Unless it's Star Trek. I remember none of them other than Michael Byrne. It's a stupid name. And Siru, because I felt sorry for the actor.
Well, I guess
Harris, show us your hair before Sarah goes. For love of God, please.
Okay.
Please.
I had some Celtic braids done while on a trip.
Look how bad that is. Why didn't you do?
Well, it's also like a week and a half old. I need to
your bearded chin as well, like Thor, fat Thor.
Your hair's gonna be very like curly, kinky. Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited about taking it out.
It does look very Viking, though. I have to say.
It does actually. I actually quite like it. I think it's quite cool. I think it's quite. I'm just jealous.
Put me in a Viking movie, somebody, please. No cats have shown up. Where are your cats? They're inside. I'm now in a in a separate office in a different area that cats cannot get to, and then garage. I don't know.
Okay. I don't have a cat, so that's why.
Well, now we got to get you one. It can be the I was trying to find a good alliteration. It could be the catty on pole.
Two things, mate. If you post me a cat, we won't have to do a Schrodinger thing. It'll be dead. And two, if it arrives alive, I'll kill it because I hate cats. So send me a dog. I like dogs.
I would think you'd like cats because you don't have to take care of them too much.
I want to take care of a dog. Dogs are just full of love. You open the door and the dog's just like, I love you so much. I love you. Cats are just like, give me food or I'll scratch your eyes out. And I don't like cats. Cats think we're the pet.
That's the terrifying cats and dogs.
Yeah. No, dogs are awesome. Dogs are just full of love. And I've never
both. So.
I've never walked into a room and people just going, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, Jamie. Come here. We love you so much. But my dog will do it every single damn time.
That's true.
Dogs are ace. Cats are Satan's pets.
Well, dogs and horses are the best animals, I feel like. But I got a soft spot for cats as well. We need to get you, now that we know you have a little more space, we should get you a nice Shetland pony.
I can walk that about 500 meters that way, mate, and there's a bunch of them.
It'll be great.
I'm good. I've got, well, they're not Shetland ponies, they're wild horses, but they're only little.
Oh, well, if you got horses, we'll give you some goats.
No, because it's going to have that eye thing, and I don't want it.
And it'll scream. It'll be
Octo eye.
Scary as shit. And
I like it.
Headbutt you in the bollocks.
3 horns and a nice big old eye. It'll be the best thing you've ever received.
Goats run at you and nut you in the nutsack. And no, goats are evil. And then they'll eat you. Well, that might be pigs.
Pigs.
Goats will eat anything.
We'll give you pigs and rabbits.
And have you heard a goat upset? It's like, noise.
They scream, yeah.
which is highly entertaining, but
I'd
also
I'd like a little
annoying.
pig. You know, the ones that only get like that big. I want a tiny little pig.
They make
One of the little
those.
teacups. Yeah.
Yeah. My mate had one, and a mate of a mate had one, and it was supposed to be a little miniature pig, and it didn't. It just grew into a full-size pig. And it grew really quick. Because surely at some point, Mike, when it like went past the size of like a really big dog, he must have thought, "I'm not sure this thing's going to stop growing." But he never got rid of it. He kept it. This massive pig. But it acted like a dog. It used to come in and like lie down on the floor in front of him, so he wasn't telling him things. It was mad.
They're smart
Yeah.
and delicious. What?
And delicious. Smart and delicious. That's what you want.
Oh, God.
Perfect.
God invented hangovers and then went, no, that feels a bit mean. I'll invent a pig and bacon. That'll make up for it. So then.
Okay. I have to go, you guys. Oh, I gotta go.
Bye-bye, Sarah.
We'll see you. Are we going to try for Wednesday?
Yeah, I gotta watch. We're gonna do Origins, right?
Stargate Origins Wednesday.
Yep. Ooh, that's really bad.
I'm on. I'll be there.
It's gonna be interesting.
All right.
Be safe.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Toodles. So Peacemaker.
So disappointed. So disappointed. Origins. It was nearly good. It was ahead of its time. Origins. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Ahead of its time. It was just before the streaming.
We're gonna watch the movie instead of the try to like do the whole miniseries aspect. We're gonna do the movie cut.
Yeah.
Did the pig lay in front of the fireplace?
What's his name? Trip from Enterprise is in it.
Colin Trenier.
I was gonna say I've spoken to him about 5 times, and I couldn't remember his name. Colin Trenier. He insulted me first time I spoke to him. He went, "Oh, he's got a mohawk." I was like, "I've got a mohawk, you cheeky git. I'm just bald in 2 places." It's like, "Fuck you, Colin."
That was the funniest damn day. They looked like they were having a good time in Vegas. Though.
Yeah, they did not want to talk to me at all.
They're like, we want to do this, but also there's so much fun going on.
Yeah.
We can't.
Who's this guy you're making me talk to?
Oh, that was fun.
Yes.
But okay, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
You're not enjoying it so far?
I loved the first season so much. I from the get-go, I loved it. I thought it was so funny. And just, yeah. I loved the opening sequence. The opening sequence set me off the whole thing. I don't like the opening sequence in this one. I don't like the song particularly. And I just don't like it. So I think maybe that sets me on a bad level immediately. And at the moment, you know, like, if that's like an average show, it's just an average show at the moment. And I'm waiting for it to sort of go. I don't particularly like the storyline that he's just found another universe by walking through a door, because that feels a bit like Nightmare Before Christmas. And how come that was the door he walked through out of all those loads and loads of doors? I don't get it. But I've got to watch it because it's going to set loads of the DC up. So apparently, but I'm not loving. I don't like it. It's not like I dislike it. I just don't love it as much as I loved the first season. Okay.
Because I'm literally the exact opposite. Surprise.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about that first season.
Yeah, I know, but you're wrong. But yeah, I get it.
Well, okay. Getting into the second season, knowing everything that's going on, I guess all of it coming together the way it has, the DCU, knowing not where the character is going, but knowing that this is going to be a character that's going to be heavily included. I do enjoy John Cena's portrayal of him. Because I didn't like the Suicide Squad movie either. I have a lot of qualms with the movie, and I have a lot of qualms with the first season of Peacemaker. And most of it is plot and story oriented now that I really think about it. Because the thing that really pissed me off last season, and it set the tone for the entire season or series for me, was when he's trying to escape the girl that is an alien, or the butterfly alien that was about to sleep with him, and then he's trying to escape his own apartment, and he's fallen down. It was either 8 minutes or 14 minutes, one way or another. Way too long of a sequence for nothing happening. And I understand the James Gunn-isms about that, but I felt like the James Gunnisms overtook the actual plot of season 1. And the weird thing is going into season 2, because I hated the opening sequence. I was like, this is dumb. I'm not enjoying it.
I know. It's 100% dumb.
I still don't like I like the season 2 one. I don't like season 1 necessarily still.
Season 1 one was, the song was way better, and it just worked better.
Maybe, I guess now I'm predisposed to it, so I guess I like it a little bit more. I appreciate the season 1's opening for the uniqueness of it, rather than most shows don't do that, you know. So I feel like I appreciate a lot of the unique things from season 1 more so than I have. I've just been, you know, poo-pooing on the entirety of Peacemaker until this season has come out, and it's kind of made me do this kind of like mental reflection on it. And the unique aspects I enjoy more. Plot-wise, it done pissed me off last season still, and I think that's what it keeps the bad taste in my mouth for it. Is that whole thing was really about 4 episodes. Plot-wise, that was about 4 episodes. Maybe a 5th episode with Peacemaker's dad, if you really wanted to add that into an actual episode. It was a lot of fluff, which was the opposite, I think, of an issue I had with Suicide Squad, because his version of Suicide Squad was not a whole bunch of fluff. It was stupid decision-making that wouldn't have made sense for the characters in the film. Like, they're not going to take out an entire camp of people without checking. Like, I understand that's a fun little thing that, oh yeah, this is a fun gag that we just killed an entire camp of people that were about to help us go liberate the rest of the city. But there are no consequences. Like, you know, it was, that makes my eyes roll, and I can't.
It was not a well put together film. That's especially in the first Suicide Squad. I actually quite enjoyed. The second one was not well put together.
Both of them they get me. But
I don't hate the first one, but I don't dislike it. I will watch it, but the second one is just no.
See, I'd rather watch the second one, but because the first one hurts my soul watching it. The second one just is like, why? It makes me just say that over and over, you know? Which Peacemaker season 1 did. This one, I feel like plot-wise, I'm more involved with it already. And I feel like it's already handled more carefully and with more care, because it has to set up as much as it is setting up in the DCU now.
I think that's sort of the detriment of there seems to be an awful lot of sort of presposition and sort of setting up going on. And I'm like, sort of, when is something actually going to happen? And he's killed himself, but other than that, it just seems a bit more somber this time around, maybe, or
it's definitely more somber.
There's a hangover from what happened in the first one, so it almost, I don't know. I'm waiting to love it. I'm not there yet. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm just saying I actually wish they just kept the opening sequence from the first one. That really put me off. I mean, almost immediately. I'm like, I don't like the opening sequence. The blonde chick in it, I love her very much. She's just so, and you can see she's really
James Gunn's wife.
Yeah. Is that?
That's his wife. That's why she's in everything he does.
Well, she's just awesome, but you can really see she's really got ready for this. I mean, she did in the first one, but this one, she's kind of jacked, and you know, she's doing a lot of that throwing around and stuff that, you know, she's actually doing. I think she's amazing. So I did not know it was James Gunn's wife. So, but yeah, John Cena's great in everything. He's just so self-deprecating. I just think I can watch John Cena in interviews all damn day. He's genuinely very, very funny.
I appreciate him as a person coming into it. And it feels like I don't know, it's his wrestling persona, but his Hollywood persona is part of Peacemaker, or they're kind of one and the same at this point. It's not, I think, to the same like level. Yeah, obviously, because he has his own different things, and that's a whole different persona.
A lot of that stuff as well. I've seen him in interviews talking about it, saying that when I first got into WWF, it wasn't really working. And sort of Triple H just said, "Look, you got to catch something. We got to bring a bit of you into it." So he says he just said something off the top of his head. It was one of his slogans. I never really watched John Cena Wrestling Fair, but it was one of his slogans. And then it became a big deal. And he said it was more just because I just thought, I've got to do something a bit crazy here. And he did it. And then he just sat the whole time going, how did that work? And then just had to lean straight into it sort of thing. But I think he's great.
I feel like Peacemaker's that round two in a way, you know? And I do appreciate that because it doesn't feel like Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool, which now it's like that's the only thing he can do. I think John Cena can still probably do other things, but this has brought him out of the shell, which is good.
It's not got the like the phenomenon though, is it? It's Deadpool, but the thing is, Ryan Reynolds became Deadpool. Deadpool didn't become Ryan Reynolds. So it's sort of like Ryan Reynolds was already doing that humor stuff in films, and then he just took it into Deadpool that then exploded. But that a lot of it is the way Ryan Reynolds jokes and a lot of his humor already. So I suppose it's not that Ryan Reynolds can never do Deadpool, but he's got to now kind of always do what he did running into Deadpool. Does that make sense? He can't really.
Yeah, but also I think a lot of those it feels like a lot of those jokes and a lot of that persona was created after reading Deadpool comics, because he also did play Deadpool 20 years ago.
But even in like the Wolverine movie, he's cracking jokes like that, and a lot of it was stuff he improvised on the spot.
Well, yeah, I think he kind of has rolled off of that for a long time. I think that
sense of humor.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like boiled down into. But you see him in interviews and stuff going back years. He was cracking jokes like Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Just that he's boiled down and sort of. But he said he makes jokes about things like this stuff about he loves. And what was one of the jokes? I'm going to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the 90s. And someone said, "Why do you hate Limp Bizkit so much?" Because don't love them. They're great. I just thought it was a funny joke. He makes jokes about was that band that did the "Never Met It as a Wise Man, Couldn't Put as a Poor Man Stealing," Canadian band. And is it
Rush?
No, it'll come to me in a second if I can see the album cover in my head. He made loads of jokes about him anyway. And then they sort of split up for a while, and they came back and they did a big concert. And Ryan Reynolds went out of his way to advertise them and sort of like tell them. And it turns out he's actually a massive fan. But he made... Can't get Evanescence out of my head. It's not Evanescence. No, Stained are amazing, though. I never met it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. And this is
not Creed.
You remind me. Kroger. Matt Kroger? No, not Creed. They're the religious people. Was it the...
Is that not Nickelback?
I want to be a rock star.
It was Nickelback?
Nickelback. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you say it. I didn't hear you say it. Nickelback. So Nickelback. He made loads of jokes about Nickelback, and it turns out he's actually a massive fan of Nickelback. So that's just like Ryan Reynolds is. He is like me talking to my best friends. That's how much I just rip the piss out of my best friends. But he does it to everyone, including his wife. It was just glorious as well. So, but they are made for each other, them two, because she does it just as much as he does. So,
totally off topic. You just said his wife, and I started thinking about Blake Lively for half a second. We watched. One of my roommates just had a bunch of YouTube videos on, and we all walked out of the room and come back in, and it's this one guy. Oh, I don't remember the YouTuber's name, but he animates himself, and it's like wow, he kind of puts on a little voice, and he's like just sometimes shit talking movies, sometimes talking about how great a movie is, so on and so forth. But the guy's been on a whole bunch of I guess not teen movies that came out when I was a teen, I guess, that were more just melodramatic movies from the mid 2000s is the easy way to say that. And he watched, and we walked back in the room, and it was one of those things where we thought we were going to turn the TV off real quick because he was talking about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, that movie, which Blake Lively's in, and we were about to turn it off, and then he was like, "This was the most depressing movie I've ever seen," and then he detailed why for the next 10 minutes, and we were accidentally glued to the TV screen. And apparently, that I will never watch that movie in my life because it sounds like the most depressed. It sounds like the middle school female version of Schindler's List. Like it sounds depressing as shit.
Don't do depressing movies. I'll watch a film like that once, and I'll go, "Oh, that is, that's caressed my soul. I feel like I've grown from this." Now I'm going to watch Predator for the 19th time. That's how I watch Schindler's List. And that's amazing. That's really made me think.
Well, you know what movie you can grow from is Predators. So it showed us they can still do it.
Yeah, I really love Predators. I love Predator. Is one of my favorites, the guy with the big nose. I can't wait for the Killer of Killers sequel. I just got so looking forward to it.
I still need to go watch. Have you seen is it the new ending or the updated ending, or I guess the
as soon as I heard about that, I watched it again, and that's going to be very heavily in the next one. That's canon as well. Killer of Killers. He's said now, so it could all go into the movies in the future. Did I tell you that the executives, Stan Trachtenberg, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah. Well, he talked about making an AVP movie with Fede Alvarez as well, right?
Oh, this is it. So apparently Hulu were on him to do. I said, "When's the AVP movie coming?" And he was just like, "Well, I think we need to do this, this, and this." He goes, "Oh, we really love it. We really want to bring these two together. Can we do it in the next film?" They're sort of like, "No, Prey 2 is Badlands, and this is about this, this, and this." Okay, that's fine. Right. So Alien Earth is going this way, and we're going to go into this. So the film after that can be AVP. And he's like, "No, that's going to be blah, blah." Dan Trachtenberg has got a plan, and it includes like about 9 different movies and animated stuff that's going to build up to AVP. And he's already involved in the Aliens projects that are coming. He's already sort of, I don't think he's an executive producer, but he's consulting or something. He might be an executive producer on the next one. I'll have to double check that. I'm trying to remember a conversation I had about a month ago. But there is an AVP movie planned. It's just not coming as quickly as the executives at Hulu would like. They're like, "Come on, do it." But after Prey, he can do whatever he wants. They trust him now to do it.
Well, and hopefully rightfully so, because he talked about wanting to do it with Fede Alvarez, which is exciting, because I would like both of them to co-direct it.
They seem to be in step with each other, with where both franchises are going. I think that's most of my point. They've both got an idea what they want to do with the Alien versus Predator. They know where they want to do, and they know at which point they want them to come together. But they said they've got a lot of story to tell before they get to that point, and it's got to be good. That has got to be something they tease and build up to that becomes an event.
Well, haven't they
now? And he's really pushing back on him, which I love. I love a creator going, "No, I'm sticking to this, or I'm not doing it," sort of thing. And that's what he's sort of done to Hulu, going, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, don't rush it. And there are also better ways to do it. And I think they've talked about that. Haven't they mentioned it? There will be an Alien versus Predator movie, but beforehand, you will see them maybe in each other's worlds to small degrees. Because if we're doing if there's going to be, and hopefully when there's going to be a Killer of Killers sequel, which there should be,
there 100% will be. It's already in pre.
I would think
development.
So.
In development. I don't know if that's public knowledge or not, but it definitely is.
Well, what's another perfect creature to add to the Predators' repertoire of fighting beasts and people? And
I think Beast to Beast is a very nice way. That is apparently going to be a trilogy. That is the idea with Beast to Beasts. It's supposed to be a trilogy. And its own little universe. It'll be separate to everything else, but it'll reference other elements of the franchise sort of thing. But I think the finale with Beast to Beast is something with the alien. Excuse me, in it. I think that'd be a nice way to do it, and almost have like a mini AVP, but animated and to tease what's coming next, sort of thing. But yeah, Beast to Beast is sort of in universe with what Trachtenberg and Alvaro were doing. So the thing I like though is that they're already in lockstep with each other. They have a plan for where these two franchises are going, and I just think that's glorious. I actually love what Predator and Alien are doing right now. I just think it's the first that somebody's finally come along and done something right with these. And don't get me wrong, I actually think almost all of the Predator movies are actually quite good. There's only The Predator that was a bit crap, but only really because of the end. The end was awful.
What's the third Predator movie?
Predators.
That was the third one?
Is it the thing? We've got Predator.
I feel like there's a third one I'm forgetting about.
We've had Predator.
Predator 2, Alien vs. Predator, Alien vs. Predator, Requiem, Predators, The Predator, Prey. Yeah, I think The Predator is really the only one that's...
Predators is excellent. Predators is really, really good. And that so leads into the Beast of Beasts. Killer of Killers, sorry.
Yeah.
And then The Predator is actually not awful. It just ends really badly. AVP Requiem
Great point.
is just bad. AVP Requiem is just bad.
Yeah, Requiem and the other...
AVP isn't terrible.
They're not the worst things. I enjoyed it as a kid, but watching it back as an adult kind of makes me roll my eyes, but also...
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and fight sequence is pretty good. And
Requiem's... I enjoyed it as a kid as well, but also it's so... We don't need talking about melodramatic middle 2000 movies. That's kind of just what that ended up being instead of an actual AVP film.
I like how it introduced the different Predators. I don't think it introduced it very well. That's something that they then went into more in The Predator when they sort of said how these keep... And it comes completely logical and it comes straight from the cartoons, is that the Predator is using the genetics of the Killer of Killers to improve their own... to make themselves better killers. So when they come across an alien that things, they put their alien, they put their DNA in, there's human DNA and stuff, wasn't there, in the Predator sequencing. Yeah. I like how they did that, and they sort of introduced that in Requiem. The problem is it's just not a particularly good film, which is just a little bit sad because it should have been awesome. The AVP film was supposed to be what Killers of Killers ended up. The AVP film was supposed to be what Predators became, where it was supposed to be them on one of the battle planets, one of the planets the aliens use to put different things together. Now, that was supposed to be the AVP premise, and they just couldn't afford to do it. It was just going to be too expensive to do. So we ended up getting AVP instead, which is a lot of underground things. It was much, much cheaper to do, much less CGI sort of thing. But that would have been really cool. And I think that comes straight from the comics as well, where that was the first time it was supposed to be more like the movie, like when the Space Marines and the Alien and the Predator are all like that. It was supposed to be like the first AVP game, more like that. I'm hoping that's what we end up getting. I'm hoping that's where we go, because obviously I think Killers and Killers is going one way. Prey seems to be giving us a bit more of the background and building towards understanding
why the Predators do what they do.
Yeah, I forget what the Predator's actual name is.
Yautja.
Yautja. Yeah, because it's Yautja.
Yautja. It's Yautja, I think.
Yeah. So that's why we've seen a Predator that everyone kicked off about during Prey. It doesn't look like a Predator. It's building towards and explaining that they keep.
And all the other Predator movies we've seen are 120 years after that, or 100 years after that. Yeah. The
comic books well established that the Yautja evolves very quickly over this sort of time. So yeah, there are some really cool comic book stories as well out there.
Just the different ones from Killer of Killers were great. I am excited to see them do more with everything like that.
I'd like to see them focus more on one story than three. That was very much an introduction. It's not till next year, is it? I don't think Badlands.
November 7th.
It's in post, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, but it's coming out November 7th.
November 7th. That's sooner than I thought, actually. I thought it was pushed to early next year. So that's I can't wait for Badlands.
That's gonna be the first trailer, and I really do understand why everybody's getting frustrated with it to a degree, but I think looking past how human the Predator seems to be acting, the movie looks like a good movie.
It's supposed to again be a juvenile. It's supposed to be even young. It's supposed to be a young Predator. It's
like
supposed to be based like a teenager.
Yeah, like a 16 or 17-year-old, like blooding. I guess we don't use the term blooding ourselves anymore, but like it would be the process of becoming a man, or so on and so forth.
Well, in the first Prey, that was supposed to be basically that Youch's first sort of like expedition sort of thing. That's why he's killing snakes and things, and it's a bit stupid. But he's supposed to be
working his way up,
an adult Predator. He's just supposed to be. This is his first sort of like solo mission sort of thing. In Badlands, he's a youngster. All I'll say is, from what I know, it's not quite what the trailer makes it look like.
Good.
It is like the android and the whole. It is like a buddy cop movie almost.
Well, because Badlands is essentially Alien versus Predator, with the synths and Weyland-Yutani being as obviously they're part of it already, but the synth aspect of it is.
Well, it is straight up Weyland-Yutani. It is straight up. That's the first Predator Alien crossover bit.
Yeah, it's just
where we realise
these are crossover one way or another.
What Alien is doing, what Alvaro is doing currently with Alien, and what is doing Prey, they are the same universe. So we're going to see that in Badlands. But yeah, it's not what you think. The whole setup of why the Predator's there is not quite what you think.
Well, good. I'm excited. That makes me just more excited because I've been pumped. I honestly thought it was going to be in October. I wish it was a little sooner than November, but hell, we'll wait a month.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
Flying by.
Obviously, Ridley Scott was the mastermind behind Alien, not Aliens necessarily, but the universe at large.
No, Aliens was James Cameron, wasn't
it? And 3 was Fincher, even though it's not the best thing in the world. But hey, David Fincher, it's not the worst thing either.
No.
Ridley Scott's the mastermind behind the universe as a whole. Obviously, Predator and Predator 2, so on and so forth. They are incorporated within the universe. I don't know how or why they originally included Weyland-Yutani. I might just, it might be obvious and I just have no idea, but is there someone like Ridley Scott for the Predator franchise? Or did Ridley Scott dream it up himself? Who dreamed up Predator?
It was who dreamed up the original character of the Predator?
Yeah, and it was part of Ridley Scott's everything, or?
No, it's not like that. It's one of the executive producers on the thingy. Googling it. I've just written Predator very badly. Stan Winston. The creation design, original Predator film, primarily created by special effects artist Stan Winston, and after a conversation with James Cameron. So it sounds like James Cameron basically came up with it. I think it was based on a book, wasn't it?
Because I searched how did Predator and Alien come together, and it's just the first thing that pops up is they converged in a Dark Horse comic series in 1989, followed by an Easter egg in Predator 2 where an alien skull appeared in a Predator trophy case.
Yep.
Was that really the only
on a book.
Initial?
Yeah. Predator, the original Predator premise was based on a novel by Paul Monet. So yeah, it was based on a book. But then it obviously looked very different in the and then James Cameron and the designs came up with a look of the Predator. But then most of the history comes from the comics.
That would make sense.
So that's where it really fleshed out a lot of the history and things, and then they just sort of took it on board through the movies. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right, mate. I need a wee.
All right. Well, yeah, we've hit an hour and a half here. It's been a month, just about. But I think besides your crazy self, frickin' 46 videos, 48 or 49 coming down the road.
48, so just doing one today. So 48 in August.
So everybody else has had a nice little break and rest. You've given yourself none, which
No.
out of way. But this was fun. Obviously it's always fun doing this. I'm glad to be back after a little while.
Good man.
And there will be no burning out because you don't burn out, sir. Because damn.
I have moments where I go in, I'm not touching YouTube anymore. I'm going to have a week off. And then something will happen, or I get told something. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to do a video on that. Bollocks. So I need to stop answering emails or looking at WhatsApp groups. And I go, damn it. That's interesting.
Things get exciting. The things to check out.
Yeah.
Jay, who's the new boss?
I'm not telling you.
All right, well.
I was told who the new Bond was, or I was told who they were doing contract negotiations with, but it was nearly ages ago. It was really a long time ago. And I've not heard anything since. So I'm wondering whether it maybe it didn't pan out. But I know who they were talking to. You know, there was 4 or 5 names dropped. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but it was the Aussie that they were talking to. That apparently that was the contract negotiations were going on with the Australian out of the 4 that were dropped, names dropped.
George Lazenby Jr.?
Yes, exactly, him.
Oh my God.
Somebody will have to Google it, but I can't remember his name, so off the top of my head. But there was 4 or 5 names dropped 2 or 3 months ago as the people that they were talking to, and apparently the director picked the Australian. But I've not heard anything since. So I don't know if that maybe didn't work out. But that was the director's choice.
I was literally just like, is there a 4th Hemsworth brother?
It probably is a Hemsworth. I'm sure he's an Australian or a New Zealander or something. But I think he grew up in England.
We got a New Zealander, that'd be fun. The New Zealand accent's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's not because the accent itself is so much fun. It's the cadence in which New Zealand people speak. There's just like there's a dance to it. There's a bob to it, you know? There's like, you were having a good time? I love it.
Paul Mescal?
Oh, you know what else I watched? I watched on a plane. I watched Furiosa again. I think this time for the first time, like all the way through, like conscious, you know? And
yeah.
It was really good. Speaking of Hemsworths. Also watched Flow, the movie that won the animated Oscar last year.
Oh,
There's not a single word in it. Bond doing the haka. That'd be pretty damn funny.
I'm going to have to look it up because I can't. On the AI overview, none of them are the guy I was thinking.
Howdy, we are about to head out too,
Jacob
Stanley. Sorry.
Elordi? Jacob? I would have thought seeing the name.
It's not Jacob Elordi. Is he Australian?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember who bloody hell it was. Yeah, it was Jacob Elordi. That was him.
Sure.
That's who they were talking to.
He's Australian. I thought he was British.
Yeah, he's an Aussie. I think weird looking myself, but that's who they were talking to. That was the director's choice, apparently. The kissing booth doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Oh, he looks all right. So he's got a very pointy chin. His neck is incredibly long.
See, I thought you were
choice.
alluding to that they had chosen Harris Dickinson, and I was like, that is an amazing choice, and I'm excited, not just because he shares my first name, but because I think he's a great actor and actually is perfect for that choice. But
yeah,
oh lordy, anyway, we could go on another hour and a half.
The studio choice was Aaron Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, that was the studio choice. That's who MGM wanted, but the director wanted the Aussie fella. So that was the last thing I heard. And to be honest, I've forgotten to ask since. So,
well, maybe breaking news. You heard it here, but maybe not.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where it was at about 3 months ago. So I was expecting someone to get announced, actually. Now they got a director. I was expecting it to get announced. And my understanding was that the contract was being written. They were negotiating the contract. I don't know how long that takes. But I suppose it's
That can
quite a big
take a
deal
while.
to become Bond, though. You're going to want to make sure that contract is bang on, I suppose.
Yeah, that's going to be an important process. But sometimes silence is a good thing too.
Yeah. But you're also going to be signing on potentially for how long?
The next decade.
Literally be the rest of your acting career is 50% Bond. And
Yeah.
pretty much every actor that's done Bond has ended up getting kind of typecast. Yeah, I suppose Pierce Brosnan went on to have a great career, didn't he? Timothy Dalton didn't so much. But he was around. And
I feel like they both have really good careers in the last 10 years. But I guess there was only about a 10, 12 year kind of break or 10, 15 year break for Brosnan, where he didn't have really that much to do in Hollywood. Timothy Dalton had probably 20, 25 years of. They've both, particularly those two, I guess, have become, in recent memory, bigger. They're like the head. They're your not necessarily grizzled, but wiser caretaker or someone leading over a group of people that aren't necessarily the mains of a series, but your heavy main regular that is not like I'm thinking Penny Dreadful with Timothy Dalton, and he's not Josh Hartnett. He's not the main character, but he's one of the main three. You know, he's the guy that's funding everything. They go back to Pierce Brosnan kind of plays.
He's become a bit of a villain, isn't he? And Pierce Brosnan's become more. Yeah, I would say that he's done better since he got older. But I mean, he did like do the Thomas Crown Affair and films like this when he was still.
Aye, that's a good point.
So he did do a few films, but then I think he did go into the wilderness a little bit. He didn't do anything at the level of Bond again, pretty much. I don't think.
No, and then he started doing. I still haven't seen Old Man of the Gun. I think is Jeff Bridges, but it's
just the Old Man, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it Old Man?
Old Man.
Maybe there's whatever Brosnan's
cancer during that. He was really, really poorly.
The which name? Who was poorly?
Jeff Bridges was really poorly during they actually found out he had really advanced cancer during the filming. He was actually getting treatment during the filming in the first season of Old Man. And you wouldn't know. Amazing, really powerful. I think it was in his gut, if I remember right. But it was basically saying if it wasn't for the filming and having to go through all like the insurance stuff, they wouldn't have known he had it. He said, "I basically saved my life," sort of thing.
Oh well, as bad as cancer is and all that. I mean, glad they found it. That's terrifying.
He's come out of it. He's done a second season, haven't they? So
I remember, because there's a second one. They found that in the first one. What the hell?
I like
the Sun is the Pierce Brosnan show I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's just a bit slow.
The dude abides. That he does.
Yeah,
that he does.
doing another one, aren't they? The Big Lebowski. It's going to have a sequel. The dude is going to be back.
Are they actually?
Apparently.
I still haven't watched. What's John Turturro's movie that they did the prequel for or whatever? His character that gets the bowling balls and what's it called?
A character from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, John Turturro's character that always is in the purple jumpsuit, and he's rubbing his bowling ball.
Yeah,
it's not the G.
That guy's skinny in that film, isn't he? But yeah, I don't know. That Jesus, the whole scene really is that. The Big Lebowski is such a mental movie. Right, I'm going to wet myself.
We're out of here. This has been a great time. Thank y'all for hanging. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you Friday. We'll need to figure out actually if we're doing Farscape 3 on tomorrow. Y'all will find out very shortly. If not, you will see us soon. Have a wonderful day. Adios.